Hello everyone, my name is Kurazar, and welcome back to Vintage Story Desert Life, episode 374. This video was originally streamed live on YouTube on June 10th, 2026. I hope you enjoy the video. Hey there, Seto Hexo. I'm alive. Why wouldn't I be? Oh, you mean live. I didn't read your whole message. Okay, so now I gotta do... this layer first. No. Confirmed, Tyron doesn't care about what other players think. I mentioned it before, but my feelings on the matter are I'm willing to wait and see what the game's final form or final destination is. So, like, until then, we are playing an incomplete game. And it is meant to be like a homesteading, unforgiving survival experience. I would call the smithing at this point pretty unforgiving. Well, there is that. Gin and tonic, hey, glad you could make it tonight. You don't like the RNG, you're not sure quenching is worth it for you. You'd rather have a working tool than lose a steel or iron tool. Yeah, I would generally agree for most things. I do think it would be fun at some point to, like, purposely waste a lot of steel to make, like, a Falk that does, like, 25 damage a hit. I don't think that's actually possible. I think it kind of... You get the diminishing returns and it sort of caps out at, like, about 100% extra damage, I want to say. So it's not actually a thing we could do, but it would be funny. But for tools that you want to preserve durability, mathematically, you actually are coming out ahead by doing at least one quench with the fire clay. Speaking of which, cool. All right, so you and fire clay, and you covered in clay. All right, pop you in. A few more of these in. I'm gonna take a water break. Poltex Volta, hey, welcome. Good to see you again. Soccer, which hasn't really messed with non-crucible metals since the update. Kind of waiting for me to reach that in the guide so I can learn about it easily. Heat research. I mean, it hasn't changed fundamentally. It's more the annoying details, like needing a bellows. You need a bellows to work iron, unless you're using coal cokes, which is just a waste of your time. Just make a bellows. It's way easier, because with the coal cokes, they will burn at 800 degrees Celsius, but that doesn't give you much hang time on the temperatures to actually get stuff done. Okay, here goes nothing, guys. Where'd the barrel go? Here it is. Come on. Read the Eula. I mean, hallelujah. We did not lose thinking tongs. Alright. times quenched 1. Quench shatter chance is 10%. I'm gonna leave it at that. That is fine by me. Goodbye, wooden tongs. Hello, steel tongs. Alright. Let's pop one more in. So we have 2 more to go. Just gonna get these ready to roll. And off we go. It does mean fewer pumps to the bellows. It does, but it also means wasting a lot of brown or black coal to make your cokes. And also, the cokes don't burn as long. So not only are you using more fuel to make the cokes, you then need to use more cokes to actually light your fire and keep it going. So, I'll do it again. Yeah, it was pretty good timing. We could have finished the last of these with just the tongs durability, I think. We would have had, I think, 1 left. Blacksmithing mechanic inspired by the slot machines. Actually, there is a shatter chance. It's actually, as I understand, it's more likely with iron, less so with steel. But it does depend on what you're making, how you made it, the type of steel or iron, and the quality of it. So, given that we are in effectively medieval Europe with fairly basic tools at our disposal, I think it's a pretty decent, likelihood that, in real life, we would be breaking our forged stuff by quenching. And some things in real life you would want to quench, and some things you wouldn't want to quench. Basically, anything that you want to be hard, you want to quench. Anything you don't want to be hard, you don't quench. So I think nails, you wouldn't normally quench a nail, because you want them to be able to bend if you hit them with a hammer. Because when something's hard, hitting it is going to shatter. It'll be brittle. So, I wouldn't bother quenching the nails in this game. Although I also generally, unless I had to, wouldn't make them out of iron or steel. I think there are some recipes. Oh, shoot! There are recipes that do require it. That's close. You saw nothing. Hey, Smiley Builds. Good to see you. You here for the heart-pounding smithing action? We're here to pump some iron. I bet you guys didn't know that I'm actually a secret gym bro. Snack time. Oh, that's a snack. Didn't see a thing. Jenna knows what's up. Hey, polite one, welcome. Is all that voxel moving? Yes, it is. Yeah, another item that I think is difficult to smith, but isn't so bad once you understand how to kind of abuse the mechanics a little bit. Not abuse, but take advantage of, I should say, would be shields. When you're making the hoop, especially, oh, there's a voxel there. The hoop can be really tricky because you might be inclined to try to sort of walk your voxels around the rim of the hoop that you've started. But what you really want to do is pretend like reality doesn't exist for a second, and you actually do the same thing we're doing here, which is where you would split the voxels that you want to walk across the hoop, and then you just walk them across the hoop by themselves, because the game lets you do that. Wouldn't work so much in real life, but also isn't how you'd make a hoop in real life, so... Alright, so we're going to split these guys here. Oh, shoot. Did I really just do that? That was close. That would have made me a not happy camper. Okay. Last one. Nice save, yeah, that was dicey. Plenty of fuel time too. Hey Genesis, welcome. Unresolved error. You saw what unresolved error? Never heard of quenching aluminum. I thought that just worked on metals with carbon. Oh, Pixel Pear talking about that. Okay. You work at a foundry. That's pretty cool, Pixel Pear. So I imagine you must know a lot of the actual metallurgy behind some of the very simplified processes that Vintage Story has. It works on all metals? I'm not sure that all metals can be quenched the same way. Some things like bronze. Bronze has to be work hardened, not quenched. Alright, last one, guys. Oh, what a marathon. Oh, your dad is the metallurgist master, Pixel Pear. You have a coworker who's getting into metallurgy? Okay. You just do some of the grunt work? You know, some metals get softer from quenching. Yeah, I think most cupric metals do. So like copper and bronzes, I think usually get softer. I want to say. Oh, you're one of the electricians, Pixel Pear. I gotcha. Probably misspelt the word scrap, and your comment was blocked for profanity. I didn't think I blocked that word. Well, not a heavy hit. You're kind of You're kind of liking not doing heavy hits. This is such a easy to mess up process for this one specifically. I think the heavy hit is just not a good idea. Maybe in the future I will try a heavy hit when making one of these, but tonight I'm playing it safe. We've already burned through... we burned through one extra ingot by accident. Because the heavy hit spreads voxels around kind of willy-nilly. Oh shoot, I wanted to go right, not down. And as you saw me chase around that one voxel that got away from me, and I split one by accident. I don't have to do that for a lot of the project. It's been very rifty out here this whole time. Oh, there's a moth that just landed on the keys that I'm using. Lovely. Yeah, be in control. Okay, there we go. All right, so 8 of these. We're all done here. We're going to put this guy down. I'm going to put the tongs here, too. We don't really need them. We did use too much coal, but that's whatever. Well, not too much. We used more coal than necessary. It's not a whole lot more, though. I am going to sleep here. Just to make it daytime. And, maybe... Hey, it's calm. That's what I wanted. And it's raining! Oh, guys, we made it! It's a real stream! It's official! Rain in the desert. Look at that. Oh, shoot. Bonsai! Got him. I do not require your arrow. Sorry, buddy. Alright, let's go get some food. Probably boost. You had your own blacksmithing tragedy. You're making medieval club swords. You spent months getting one to mirror polish and then watched it shatter in the quench barrel. There you go. I mean, yeah. So, it happens. Oh, shoot. It also happens that I'm carrying a bear on a bucket I don't want. Back we go. That attack was like a scene from an action movie. It was quite daring. Probably unwisely so. But it was funny, so... Hashtag worth it. Oh, right, we were making strong tannin to put these guys in, weren't we? It's ready. In you go. And I forget why we need more leather. So there. There you have it. I know we're making it for a reason, and I don't know what that reason is anymore. But probably for shoes and clothes and stuff that we're going to be putting here on display at the temple. If I had to guess. It makes sense to me. You know, I don't need 4 fire clay. Bye. I know. Fire clay is precious. Not in this world. It is everywhere in this world. Fire clay is just as common as the other clays. Maybe because I used a bunch of leather on bellows. We spent some leather making shoes and clothes, and we sold some clothes. Alright, so I'm going to put these... Do I have like a mechanical parts box? I think I do, don't I? I Jonas parts. The pantograph with what? 9 durability left. I forgot about that. Let's see. Plant matter, animal goods, wood building materials. There's more fire clay right here. Whatever. I'm gonna put them in the tools bin for now. I think that's a pretty good safe spot for them. Must be this, not to worry about fire clay. Yeah. I'm already wishing I had some in the guide series so we could make some actual clear glass. Alright, so we have these last 2 meals from the previous batch. We'll start with the... Is this amaranth and orange? I'd eat that in real life. Why not? There we go. This is fresh for 2 days, 31 days. Okay. So let's get up there and let's take a look at what we're going to be doing. And maybe this might sound crazy, but maybe we'll bring some material with us to maybe prototype or something. I'll bring some tools along. Let's bring all the usual suspects. Not you. And then I guess we'll grab some sandstone and andesite, sure. I kind of want something different though for the water like channels. Like travertine would be great. Or, you know, I wonder. We haven't found any reefs yet, and I think that's because all of the world that we've explored so far was generated in like, I mean, a lot of it was 119. Some of it was 120. And then really small amounts would have been 121 and 122. So I don't think we've even been anywhere that would have a reef. And also, this world was made before oceans were even a thing? No. This was done before the default had oceans at like 5% or something. So I don't know that we even have any salt water anywhere in this world. And travertine is not a guaranteed find. So we'll have to think about what kind of design or what kind of texture we want on the water system here, but that's sort of be a later problem. Laters are. I guess we can kill the music and go up the stairs. Yep, bye music. Started up instantly. Alright. So where the heck is this water coming in here? Wasn't the water flowing the whole way down? Or did we like stop it temporarily? I'm guessing we stopped it temporarily. If I had to guess. Where do you find travertine in 122? I have no idea. I don't think it can be found as a surface rock. I think it's always like... I think it's a metamorphic rock, so you never find it at the surface. Although... no, you can find slate at the surface, too. Okay, yes, so we did indeed stop it here temporarily. And the plan here is we're going to like break these here, and the water will flow down here. And then we need to bring it in, or we need to we'll bring it in, or we'll have the water wheels sticking out a little bit. I think it would look cooler if we bring the water in to go around the water wheel and then back out. That, I think, would be the coolest option to me. Let's also think about where we're going to be putting the actual helve setup. That's going to be important. It's going to kill the music again. Getting up and down here is a nightmare. Oh, music stayed. Alright, so Hellhammer setup is over on this side, which is the northwest. Okay, what is this thing? Sailboat. I don't need that. Travertine is near hot springs if what I heard is true. Oh, really? Interesting. Hey, Brinzilla. And yes, Smiley, you got that right. We're doing the water wheel thoughts for tonight. Okay. Gosh. Doing this in survival is going to be a real bear. So the water needs to come down somewhere useful, which is part of the challenge. You know, I also wonder, what's behind here? Is it just tree? No, okay, that's okay. That's forbidden. Got it. Sorry guys, I have a frog in my throat that keeps ribbiting, or trying to. So if we wanted to have the Hellhammers like back inside here, we need to find a way to run that powertrain to them. Which could be a challenge. No, stop it. Okay. Okay, so we could cannibalize, I think, a little bit more room. Can we? No, we can't. But we could cannibalize like some of these guys here, and I think we talked about maybe like making these a slope. I think what I want to do is I want to have the water wheels both input to the same system, gear it up, and then send it to the hammers. I am kind of feeling like we're going to have to push this back. So this would be here. And the Hellhammer setup would be basically, what, here and here? Yes, this is anvil, space, base, or toggle and base. Okay. And that way we could have a really ugly setup. That's the reality. It's going to be kind of ugly, I think. I think we can get away with taking out these guys, though. Yes. Okay. So that would give us a bit more room to plop down a large gear. Well, not really. We'd need to get rid of this one, too. That's not going to work as well. This one's visible here. So maybe it doesn't change the large gear placement. Alright, new plan. Let's go and let's take apart some of the help hammers back at the Oasis. And bring them here. And we'll make a new large gear. Those are pretty cheap for us to make now at this juncture. And we'll sort of get the setup designed so that we can then sort of figure out where we can fit the water wheels in. I think starting from the water part probably wasn't the best idea. Hey, Atroxy. If chime in, 1 water wheel is enough to fully power 2 hammers geared up fast. That wasn't what I found in my testing. It did an okay job doing 1. But then again, I also don't know if it was just because the water wheel's speed was different from the windmills. They do definitely have different turning speed. I can tell you that much. Right. Health hammers are this way. That's right, wind. I don't even need you. Don't need you at all. In fact, never again. Actually, you know what's funny is that at this point, we might actually not need to come here again to smith in the first place. At least not with the health hammers. Axe. Yeah, we'll take this bit with us. Okay. Inventory pretty full. Let's go lay these out. And then we'll make... Yeah, we'll make a large gear. I don't want to tear this down, like, down to the nails yet. You ever water wheel gone in 5 spots? I did too. I did see the... I forget who it was. I'm sorry to whoever it is if they're watching. I watched a really good video of water wheel mechanics from... I want to say someone in Germany has a channel doing that. Anyway, they had a really good overview on the water mechanics and how having them be surrounded by water in a certain way makes them faster, or gives them more power, and showed how to get the 5 blocks maximum. I was experimenting, if I can speak English right, good grief, with trying to find a way to get it to like do an overshot, but the water wheel itself does let water through, so it didn't work out so well. I should have got the anvil too, darn it. Well, whatever. Alright. Shumble. I'll leave that one there. Oh, these don't stack either. I thought they did. Wow. TIL. That's correct. I know that in recent versions, the direction of spin has become a lot more important. Actually, it's not how that would want to be. It would want to technically be, I believe, this way. Yeah, so it would spin counterclockwise from this perspective, and that way it would... Actually, no, I don't know. No, it placed itself the same way. Interesting. Okay, whatever. Not my problem. Hopefully it's not my problem. Let's see. Why are you at different heights? I don't like that. Alright, so now we have... I have to go and get stuff to make a large gear. You're excited to root some aqueducts? Threads of Her, yes, thank you. That was the one. Another bite to eat. Our very non-filling meal. Fresh for one day. Figures. Alright, so we need some resin. I think we have a little bit of resin. We're going to need some boards. Probably a lot more than this. So we'll get our saw, which is on us already. And acacia logs. And what else we need? Nope, wrong one. No, wrong one too. Here we go. Resin, sticks, those things. Oh, okay. Cool. Shoot, sticks on the right. We need more sticks too. Any sticks here? Nope. Uh-oh. Where's my stick bin? Is it back at the other base? Nope, it's right here. Alright. Got sticks. Large. Gear. Section. Hammer, chisel, saw. Okay. Hammer. Chisel. Saw. We're going to make 4 of these. Just make sure I don't make too many. We'll do that. And then sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That delay is really weird. And then we are going to need a second large gear anyway, but we'll just scavenge it from the other place. So then this goes into the large gear itself, which is axle, a bunch of boards, and these guys. Okay. Axle. So 6 of these in each, which should be plenty. There we go. All right. Let's pop you back in here. Back up we go. Shad Hampton, welcome. This is where Desert Life migrated to? Yes. I mean, we already were doing Wednesday streams previously, but they were chores only. And it is now the official streams are now Wednesdays. I spend most of my Sundays making guide series episodes now. This can't be placed. Yeah, I need to... Alright, so... that means that the gear itself is going to be somewhere up here. I'm going to just sort of say like there for now. This is not its final place, but... just to get a feel for where the power needs to come in. Oh, you know what we can do also? Since we can put axles through walls now, or rather put walls around axles, something we could do is we can put the wheel a little farther out so it's more prominent and visible. And I'm realizing now something I didn't think of before, which is that we only need one large gear. Because what we're going to do here is we're doing the water wheels north and south, which means we're going to have one here and one here. So we need to actually have an axle transfer power over and then into the top of this large gear directly, which can then directly, be geared up to power these guys. Now we will still want a clutch, just so it doesn't annoy us whenever we're here. But yeah, I think we can do that. So that might mean we can lower this gear. I don't want to be bonking our heads on it, but yeah, that should be interesting. We could maybe even put the transmission and the clutch on the wall here. Run power down somewhere. Probably just on one side of this. And then run it. Maybe even put the clutch going from the water wheels to this guy. So we can run them both at once. And then just have axles come down here. Kind of go boop, boop, boop. And here to give us a bit more room to work right here. The gear could be on the ground, but it would make working here kind of a real pain. So the gear won't be on the ground. I want it out of the way. So, yeah, that means we need to find where the water wheels are going to go. And I'm feeling like... Of course, this isn't finished yet. Shoot. This is the wrong side anyways. Let's just go get another very safe scaffold over here. Don't worry, the dust helps with visibility. It helps me see. Yeah, I got dust vision. Yeah, that's right. I feel like these should go right here. Right where that arm meets. It doesn't make much sense that would be where we join it. Like structurally. Or maybe it does. I don't know. I'm not an architect. Because that way we'll have enough of the wheels sticking out here that you'll be able to see it from the sides too. And that's important to me. It's not important for the function, but it's important to me. That's what counts. So, yeah, we could even go farther up, like... No, not there. We'll do it right here, yeah. Boop. Boop. It is 2 minutes until farewell time, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and actually make one of these hubs, the full thing, and we're going to place it there so that in a week I don't forget where we wanted to put the darn thing. Because I will. I will do that. It will evaporate into the ether of neurons. I think it goes from just like this, right? Nope. Okay. What's the deal? Hammer. Okay. 2197. Used 10. I guess not too bad. Some recipes use like 80 durability. Time for Mad Lord Hubris to hit the hay. We're glad you could make it, Mad Lord Hubris, and thank you for being a channel member, as always. And San Mosca made it. Hey there. But then it's in your dinner hour, so you're often late or you miss it. I'm sorry. Okay, so where was I? I was here. So we're doing north-south. Up, and I misspoke. The lake is north of us, not south of us. Okay, so right there. Yeah. Which means you need to take out these guys here. I'm going to go ahead and tap them with the chisel, though. Oh. Go. And then, I guess, ladder up to get him. No, I can't get up. There we go. Okay, so that is settled. You'll probably want to bring this down a few blocks anyway. And yeah, I think we know what we're doing. Well, this is exciting, guys. I won't say I had a blast doing the smithing, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I feel like if we really wanted to do all 16, we certainly could. I just think it's not really worth it at this point. I'd rather just do wind on the other sides, and that way we can save ourselves some 45 plus minutes of smithing. But I'm very excited to get the blacksmithing system here set up and I guess use it. I mean, we don't really have much use for blacksmithing a whole lot in the future, I don't think. But just moving that here, having everything that we need to actually be here will be great. And that'll eventually include probably a few clay ovens, although I usually prefer just to use the cooking pot and bowls and such. But folks, that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. I had a great time. I hope you all enjoyed. And we will pick this up next time, pretty much right where we left off, and we'll get these water wheels in place. Although I hear they're expensive. Well everyone, that's going to about do it for this episode of Vintage Story Desert Life. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like or a comment in the section below. The names you see here belong to the awesome people who are supporting the channel by joining as a channel member. And the following people have gone the extra mile to support the channel by subscribing at the Seraph tier. Their names are Elizabeth Woolley, Inger Raymond, Joshua Saruda, Linda Harris, Lucky's Mom, Mad Lord Hubris, Oak Tree, Servus, Smiley Builds, Snow Silver, Sue Wallace, Tyluna, and Wade Parker. If you would like to see your name in the credits or hear me butcher your name, check out the channel memberships, which will also get you early access to videos and some other goodies. But for now, as always, my name has been Kurazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.